On weekends, Kenneth would take Rex out to nature for some relaxation and swimming in the river. During the weekdays, the family would train their beloved puppy at the OMON dog base. Rex, in return, showed his loyalty by vigilantly guarding the family's estate. He was a true friend, always stationed in his kennel on the property, ready to greet his owners with enthusiastic tail wags whenever they returned home from work. This was our routine, day in and day out, until Rex disappeared, Natalia recalls. Our dog seemed to vanish into thin air. We never kept him chained, but he never wandered outside the gate either. He was a purebred with an impressive pedigree. Such a good boy. We believe he was stolen. We didn't file a missing dog report with the police, though. Instead, we dedicated all our energy to searching for him. Natalia and Kenneth posted about Rex's disappearance online, placed ads in newspapers, spoke on local radio stations, and even appeared on local television in hopes of finding him. We spent 2 months searching, driving around the area tirelessly, Natalia says. We even fell victim to scammers who claimed they had found him and took our money. We looked everywhere, but it was all in vain. For a long time, we couldn't bear the thought of getting another dog, even though many purebred ones were offered to us. Throughout it all, I held on to the hope that a miracle might still happen. 7 years later, an unfamiliar woman knocked on Natalia and Kenneth's door and said, "Your dog has been found." A homeless and emaciated dog had been discovered in the village of Salofi, about 20 kilometers from Rex's home. The poor dog had been living near a grocery store where kind passersby would occasionally feed him. No one knew how or when he ended up there, but by the time he was found, the dog was so weak that he could barely lift his paws. He was soon taken to a foster home for care. It was during the May holidays, recalls Marina, the owner of the foster home. I specialize in rescuing old German shepherds, so I took Rex in. He had no collar and was calm, with a wise and dignified look in his eyes. When I put him in the car, he sat there thoughtfully, gazing out the window. A very noble dog. When we got home, he immediately lay down near the veranda as if ready to guard the house. After feeding him, Marina began to check if Rex had any injuries. That's when she discovered a brand on his ear, a mark that indicated he was a purebred dog. Recognizing the brand, Marina contacted the agency that had originally issued it. Remarkably, the agency still had records of all the branded dogs. They even had the records of the original owner who bought Rex. Marina smiled. But only the address was listed. By now, the owners could have moved. Still, I decided to take a chance. Marina rang the doorbell at the address, explaining that she had found a German shepherd with a brand mark. When Natalia opened the door and saw the dog's details, she whispered in shock, "This is our Rex." Overjoyed, Natalia immediately called her son, and together they rejoiced that their beloved Rex had finally been found. By the time Rex was found, Kenneth had grown up and started a family of his own. Yet he never forgot his loyal, four-legged companion. The good news of Rex's discovery reached Kenneth while he was out on a rafting trip. Natalia and her daughter, who also had fond memories of Rex, went to pick him up, Marina recalls. The first thing they did when they saw him was check his teeth, remembering that Rex had a broken canine from his youth. The moment they saw it, the tears flowed, and they embraced him, whispering softly, "Resh, Resh." They gently placed their long-lost pet in the car and brought him home. I cried too, watching them leave. No one could believe their luck. "It's truly a miracle," Natalia says, still tearful. "It doesn't feel real." As we were driving to Marina's, we had no doubt this was our Rex. It's almost impossible. His identification mark should have worn off after all these years. But against all odds, our beloved pet was neither euthanized nor forgotten. His mark was still there, and good people cared for him. This feels like destiny. Moments like this make you believe in miracles. Rex was severely undernourished and too weak to stand on his own. His family immediately took him to a veterinary hospital for treatment. Now, he's already running around the street, and at night, he asks to come inside. Natalia laughs. For us, he's like a person. When we took him for an x-ray, he looked at us with such devoted eyes. If Rex could talk, I'm sure he would tell us everything he's been through. His front teeth are worn down, maybe from gnawing at a chain or cage. Then, it seems, he was abandoned and left to wander. It was heartbreaking to see him like that. The family is certain Rex never forgot them. When he finally came to, you could tell from his behavior and the way he interacted with us that he remembered everything, Natalia shares. The first time we petted him, it was like he had tears in his eyes, real tears. At first, he couldn't play and could barely walk, but now he frolics like a young puppy. Yet, there's still some lingering fear. Whenever the yard gates open, he immediately runs to the enclosure to hide. Now, Rex's family considers May 8 to be his second birthday, a celebration of his miraculous return.